Hey, this is Jennifer Vatsa from Belladonna's Botanicals, and I am going to give you some updates for March 2023, things that I'm working on, things that are coming down the pike, etc. I think I'm gonna do like a monthly update video like this, just to kind of keep people in the know of what's going on. Had to take my glasses off because the ring light does weird things when you wear glasses. Um, so the biggest update, a continuing update, is with regards to our Poison Path products. Um, I have sort of an intermediary kind of go-between right now. You can either order them on eBay, save for I think the smoke blends, because it goes against eBay's tobacco policy, which is bullshit, but whatever. Because they don't contain tobacco, but since you can smoke it, it's a tobacco product. Um, and I'm looking into, because this is going to be a continuing issue for me, and and is finding an alternative payment processing company that deals with high risk, things like occult services, like tarot readings are considered high risk. A lot of places won't um allow you to have, like, that you offer tarot readings on your website because it's considered high risk, or ritual services or things like that. So just to kind of keep myself and my business safe, and under the protections, so there's no gaps in, oh fuck, I just got dropped by all my payment processors, what the hell do I do? So I started looking into, there was one that was recommended to me by Goetic Impressions called Pinwheel, but I think they rebranded to Bankful. And as I've dug deeper into looking at this, is that I use Squarespace for my website, and Squarespace e-commerce really only integrates with Stripe and PayPal. So what that means is I would have to move, and I'm actually okay with this because there are a lot of limitations which are very annoying on Squarespace's e-commerce, which I'll get to, but which would mean I would have to find a third-party payment processing company and probably use like my Shopify and integrate it with that payment processing company. But I could integrate my Shopify e-commerce with my already built Squarespace website, because I mean there is a lot of content on there that's not just the store. I mean, I have 4 or 5 years worth of blog posts and things like that, and other pages, so it's a little less rebuilding. However, I do have a product catalog of over 350 products, so this is going to take a while to integrate fully, once I kind of figure the nuts and bolts of it out. So in the meantime, when it comes to the Poison Path stuff, the flying ointments, tinctures, smoke blends, I have an order form on my website. All you have to do is kind of like boop, 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 and let me know how much you want of each. I will create you a custom listing. You just add that to the cart, and any discounts, taxes, shipping, all gets handled during the checkout process. So I've done that. I've been doing that for a little bit. Otherwise, you can purchase things on eBay. I do have a few on my Etsy shop, but again, most of the things I can't sell because it goes against the policy violations, and there's so many random when it comes to herbs and botanicals. I mean, I don't even know why some of them are regulated the way they are, because okay, I can understand, poison hemlock or the nightshade family. Well, the like toxic nightshade family, because tomatoes and eggplants I think are part of the nightshade family. So, and those won't kill you unless you're allergic. So, anyways, but some of them, like, I've had restricted, like yohimba bark. I don't know why that is. I think as I mentioned in other videos, is some of these are being classified as synthetic cannabinoids, even though they're not, because you could theoretically get high from them. Clipdaga is another one that I've had trouble with. Damiana on Amazon. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm looking for a permanent solution to that. So like I said, and I'll put the links below to the eBay shop and to the Poison Path order form. But going forward, and one of the things I've always been, I really strive in my business, I strive to be transparent about what I'm putting in my products. Because people have allergies and shit. So but because of all these weird restrictions that vary, and not being able to ever really resolve anything, it's just like they're just flat across the board restrictions in a lot of ways. And none of these things are illegal in the States. I don't know country by country what's illegal and what's not. But there's a lot more heavier regulations in Europe percent than there are in the US. So um I really hate to do it, but I'm going to have to take the product ingredients off the listings. I already did it on my Amazon one, as I kept having to revise, and they kept delisting things. I kept having to revise them, and I could never get through to a human that I could convey any information to that they could not understand that opium fragrance oil was not me putting heroin in a perfume. But I digress. So I'm just gonna have to remove the product ingredients. They will still be on the product labels. And by all means, if you do have any concerns, feel free to like send us a message. I'm gonna try to have more informational parts of my website where maybe it's not directly linked to the product, but like having sort of like here, like click for here for the PDF of the description or the ingredients of all our flying ointments or something like that. So it can kind of fly a little bit under the radar that way. Yeah, so that's probably the biggest update with as far as the Poison Path stuff goes. The other one is just a sort of professional announcement of sorts, in that I decided to end my professional association with Become a Living God. It's I feel like it's been a long time coming for me, and so it's been a decision that's been a long time coming, and I probably have mentioned this in other videos or alluded to it at least, is that within the Left Hand Path community and Black Magic community, I have just become really I've started distancing myself a little bit from things, in that the amount of misogyny and hate and abuse that I see, and I'm not accusing this of, I'm not, take this as it will, just in general from that particular kind of community, the amount of, let's just say, incels that are constantly trolling and harassing and myself and other prominent women creators, ritualists, whatever in the community. And I just feel the need to sort of distance myself from that aspect of the community, because it's sort of like I've overlapped with other people for the past 3 years. Yeah. And I've been thinking more and more about what I want from my community and how to build my community. And it's going to be gated and heavily vetted. That's the one thing I've learned from running communities over the years. You can't just let everyone in. You can't. I would love to, but you can't. It's like, if I'm inviting you into my community, my personal space or a professional space, you come in, shit on the floor and kick my cat, I'm gonna be like, get the F out and don't ever come back. That's the same thing. There's a thing called community standards. And that's what I am trying to bring to my little corner of the occult. And I mostly bear no ill will. There are a few people that I bear ill will to, but I'm over the drama, I'm over the petty nonsense, and I really I've been thinking about what I want to bring to the occult world. What is, like, when you think about what is the mark you make, what do you want to bring? What do you want people to remember about you? And what do you want to contribute? And that's where I needed to distance myself in my business, because I feel like there's certain people I've associated with certain businesses I've associated with that I feel like are probably detrimental to um, not only my mental health and my personhood, but also to um, my business reputation. And that has to come first and foremost, because that's what feeds me and my cats. So, I bear no ill will. EA and Timothy have always been kind to me. I mean, say what you will about, become a living God, and whatnot. I bear no ill will towards them. I just need to build my community and build my space. Not MySpace, as in literally the old defunct social media company, but I want my corner of the occult to reflect who I am as a person and my values and what I believe in. And that I want it to be open and accessible to everyone. Well, provided they're not an asshole. But, and what I've seen is that I look at some of the stuff I see, and it's just not, it's not accessible magic to people who may be disabled or neurodivergent. It's not friendly to women. Um, the misogyny I've experienced literally in the past, it's gotten steadily worse, and I am seeing where it's coming from. And you know what? I can't be part of that. And, whatever. I mean, if you don't have to like me, you don't have to agree with me. Just maybe not like shut up my comments and tell me to go die of cancer or something. Um, that aside, because I've gotten a little ranty and off topic here. Um, yeah, so I'm working on that, and it is still in its infancy. I don't need the occult world to be a bubble wrap safe space, but I want people to feel like they belong and are welcome here, because a lot of people come here who are vulnerable and impressionable. And unfortunately, I've seen a lot of those people turned into the worst of, of the sort of incel troll ilk. Um, and as a community leader, as a community voice, I wish more people spoke up about this. I know some do, and some will take a stand. But, the silence is deafening at times. And I'm not going to be bullied or silenced into submission, or just be like, get to the point where I'm like, fuck this, I'm leaving this all behind, whatever. I'm building my own damn empire, and it may strike back. Star Wars reference. I'm so proud of myself. Anyways, and anyways, because why not say it 3 times? So on that note, that's that end of that story. And I just want to say I'm taking advantage of my newfound, I don't fall asleep until 4 a.m. every night. I get really messed up for the time changes when it comes to sleep. So I designed a whole buttload of new products that are going to be rolled out slowly. Well, it depends on how fast I can make them. But so coming soon, you're going to see some new shadow work products, including a new tincture and elixir, a bath salt blend, an incense blend. I designed this last year, some fast luck ritual bath salts. Because my transmutation spray and crystal healing oil have done really well. I'm also going to add a transmutation soap and bath salts. And basically that was created to sort of like transform, you know, a negative energy into something positive. So like, you know, if someone is throwing hexes at you, you know, that transmutation be like, I got money, thank you. To translate it into positive. It's sort of a little bit of a spin on return to sender. It's kind of like, let's take this, you know, thing and turn it into something good. Also, I was planning on releasing some body wash blends last year. I just didn't get around to it, but I have ones designed for some of my most popular spiritual hygiene products: the energy cleansing, aura cleansing, spiritual and emotional healing, and Florida water. So you'll see those coming soon. I like to have a variety of products because not everyone has, not everyone, I mean, I prefer bubble baths to bath salts, but I will use salts, you know, and stuff like that. Some people, you know, when I take a shower, I can't, you know, use those things. So why not have a body wash? Variety is the spice of life. And I also, these I designed last year as 2 new sprays. I have like a meditation, astral travel spray, and also psychic protection spray. And recently, I think it was last month, I released the Baphomet ritual oil and spirit stone, and I also have a flying ointment, incense, and spellfire blend designed for Baphomet. And I think lastly was a grounding and centering soap, and maybe a bath oil. I can't keep up with myself sometimes, and I also have a whole slew of more crystal healing oils that I'm working on. And something something that came through in a download, I just have to figure out the specifics of it yet. Of some consecrated ritual oils or waters. I'm not sure entirely what it was yet. It's kind of simmering in my brain. But I have to figure out what I'm doing there or what they want me to do. Sometimes the spirits have some messages for you. Yeah, they like to give me product instructions. I'm like, guys, can we get some actual, like, you know, some good gnosis here? But no, it's like, no, make this. All right. Anyways, so that's, I think, all that's going on for March 2023. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. And I will see you on the flippy flop. Love y'all. Hail yourself.